welcome to the podcast for When the Curves Line Up for October 2nd, 2023. Please see the article that includes diagrams of today's events on the website at whenthecurveslineup.com. Text by Jeffrey L. Hunt. In Chicago, sunrise occurs at 6:49 a.m. Central Daylight Time, followed by sunset at 6:31 p.m. Here is today's planet forecast. In the morning sky, Saturn is challenging to see low in the west-southwest, over 3 hours before sunrise, when Venus rises. 1 hour before sunrise, the bright moon, 88% illuminated, is over halfway up in the west-southwest, 5.8 degrees above Jupiter. During the past few mornings, the lunar orb hopped eastward each morning as it approached the Jovian giant. This morning, the moon is east of the planet. Jupiter is retrograding in front of Aries, 13.0 degrees to the left of Hammel, the constellation's brightest star. Uranus is in the same binocular field with the moon this morning. This is a challenging view because of the bright moonlight, but not a lost effort like the view of Neptune a few mornings ago. 4 distant stars assist with aligning the binocular with the sky. See the article for a chart to use with a binocular. The stars are Delta Ariades, Zeta Ariades, Tau Ariades, and 63 Ariades. Place the moon at about 4 o'clock on the circular field near the edge of the field of view. The 4 brighter field stars are near the upper right. Then Uranus is offset to the upper left of the center. It is dimmer than the reference stars. Reduce the moon's glare by slightly moving the binocular so that the moon is outside the lower right portion of the field. Mercury is quickly leaving the eastern sky after its best morning appearance of the year. The speedy planet is bright enough to be seen, but it is only 3 degrees above the horizon and over 25 degrees to the lower left of Regulus, Leo's brightest star, at 45 minutes before sunrise. This may be the last morning to see it without an optical assist. Find a location with a clear horizon looking toward Mercury's direction, such as an elevated structure or hilltop. For several more mornings, follow it into the morning sky with a binocular. So, for this appearance, we say, goodbye, Mercury. Brilliant Venus is over 30 degrees up in the east-southeast, 6.3 degrees to the upper right of Regulus. Venus passes the star October 9th. This morning through a binocular, the morning star is 1.0 degrees to the upper left of Omicron Leonis. During the next week, watch Venus close the gap to Regulus. In the evening sky, Mars is not visible as it sets about 35 minutes after sunset. Saturn rises before sunset and it is over 20 degrees above the southeast horizon, 1 hour after sundown. Saturn is not as bright as Venus or Jupiter, but it is brighter than most stars in the sky this morning. Saturn retrogrades in front of Aquarius, 10.1 degrees to the upper right of Skate, the leg, and 10.6 degrees to the right of Lambda Aquarii. During the night, Saturn appears farther westward. About 4 hours after sundown, the ringed wonder is in the southern sky. It sets about 3 hours before sunrise, about the time Venus rises. Saturn is very low in the west-southwest when Venus rises. Theoretically, they are visible in the sky at the same time, brilliant Venus in the east and Saturn in the west-southwest. The atmosphere near the horizon blurs and dims celestial objects. Likely Saturn is visible with a binocular. On the 10th, Venus rises as Saturn sets. Afterward, Saturn sets before Venus rises. The 2 planets are again in the sky at the same time during early spring of 2024. Bright Jupiter rises in the eastern sky 2 hours after nightfall. An hour later, it is nearly 20 degrees up in the east, over 15 degrees to the upper right of the gibbous moon, 83% illuminated. The Pleiades star cluster is 2.2 degrees to the upper left of the lunar orb. It is mostly washed out by the moonlight. The cluster and the moon are in the same binocular field, although the moon's light may leave a temporary afterimage in vision, like that from a camera flash. To see the cluster, move the binocular slightly so the moon is outside the field of view while the stars are still visible. Through a telescope, at 10:53 p.m. CDT, Jupiter's great red spot is at the center of the planet in the southern hemisphere. Europa is visible against the planet's globe to the lower left of the long-lived atmospheric disturbance. The satellite's shadow is near the edge of the planet to the lower right of the spot. As the calendar day ends, Jupiter is less than halfway up in the east-southeast, with the Moon to its lower left. By tomorrow morning the planet is in the west-southwest. Thank you for listening. Please read the articles at whenthecurveslineup.com.